What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team, stand up! January feeling sunny. We about to get this money. Hey man, y'all, a couple of y'all requested this video, man. I actually meant to react to like 2 weeks ago when it was uploaded, but we are here now in 2024. Card Thief gets instant karma, the final Glitterbomb 6.0. Now, if you guys don't know who this channel is, I've seen like a clip of him from like a previous episode. It was like the Glitterbomb 5 one from like last year. And basically he just goes around and puts like a hidden camera inside of a book bag of a car. It's not really like a new thing. Honestly, this has kind of been around since like the maybe 80s or 90s plus or whatever. But it's a thing called bipping, all right? So it's basically like, to be honest, it's the most bummest shit anybody can do. All right, you should never leave any valuables in your car. If you didn't know already, just common sense out of the most common sense. Like even me, like if I'm going even just to Target and I brought my book bag, I'm bringing my book bag in there with me. Like, you know, it's just simple as that. Like I make sure like if you're going to break in, you're going to probably just find nothing but receipts and probably car fresheners, and that's about it, you know. So but, you know, this guy went ahead and did a Glitterbomb. This is the final one, 6.0.
In San Francisco and stole my backpack.
Let's check it out.
What I doubt is that thanks to some high-tech glitter and fart spray.
Most of this, what they call bipping, happens in like Cali, but it happens really almost anywhere, especially. So I wouldn't like really kind of just think anywhere is sweet. You always got to be on your swivel and everything like that. Even if you're just in the middle of like Nebraska or Idaho or Maine, like make sure you just don't leave any valuables in the car.
Because delivery mechanisms, that's no ordinary
bum people do shit like this, you know, so be careful.
And this guy's also trying to break into my car, but what he doesn't realize is those are bulletproof windows, because that's just fun. Every year, 20,000 cars are broken into in the city of San Francisco. But who's behind all these break-ins? Like, is it organized crime, or gangs, or just random individuals? And then what happens to all the stuff that they steal? Well, just like when we use the power of glitter to infiltrate and shut down those terrible scam call centers in India, I'm happy to report that having teamed up with a veteran investigative reporter and gotten our bait car broken into 25 separate occasions over the past 8 months, we now have a much clearer picture of what's going on and even some thoughts on how to stop it. And as this video is the conclusive finale to the whole Glitterbomb series, this time for reals, I'm so happy.
It's crazy even thinking about like something like this. Like I don't understand like right off the bat why don't all cars like have that type of like glass-proof window stuff? And like obviously for emergencies and stuff like that, let's say like you got to get out the car, this and that, accident, this and that. I feel like only like firefighters, like cops or whatever, or just like locksmith people should have actual tools that should only be certified to them or whatever. But even if that's the case, people are still able to get hands on anything. It's 2024, so.
Report that we finally got some really good reactions to that perfectly harmless, yet wretchedly abhorrent fart spray.
So he's gonna go around and put a fart spray inside of it.
Off from Macaulay Culkin's here.
To fool them. I smelled a fart spray like a couple times. I used to do that when I was back in school.
The 50-second recap is that 5 years ago, these two took a package from my porch, which inspired me to combine my engineering skills with my Christmas time affinity for Kevin McAllister. And that not only led
I've had packages stolen, bro. I don't even know which is worse, bro. Like the bipping or you getting your package stolen. Like
the different versions of Glitterbomb bait packages that would spin, spray, flash, stick, punch, or fly. But it eventually led us over to India, where we ended up infiltrating, then shutting down 5 of those terrible scam call centers. But Mark, you object. You said last year was the final Glitterbomb, and that was true. Until earlier this year, I had the unfortunate realization that glitter and fart spray hadn't solved all forms of crime worldwide when my own car was broken into.
I'm missing a window. Not cool. San Francisco, not cool.
That also made me realize our 11th hour cobbled together car package last year never got enough footage to uncover who was actually behind all the San Francisco car break-ins. So 10 months ago, for one final time, we completely redesigned the Glitterbomb from the ground up, only this time it would be custom built just for cars. For starters, instead of using centrifugal force to fire the glitter, this year we'd be using 900 psi of compressed gas. Because if you take a CO2 bike tire inflator and attach a pipe to the outlet, then connect a high torque servo motor to the opening valve, and then repeat that configuration and stack them on on top of each other. Well, then when you load those pipes with copious amounts of biodegradable glitter and fart spray, and then trigger the servo motors,
spray and
highly
glitter is
CO2
crazy.
in a very
I gotta see this, bro.
At the core, we still have a custom printed circuit board that will make all the decisions for the device, in addition to talking to us via a two-way cellular connection. Then we slap on a car horn for good measure, and place that whole compact form factor into the base of a custom sewn backpack with external access to the outlet nozzles. Like in years past, we'll still capture footage using a pair of phones that get tucked into the sides, with the added benefit of serving as the backpack GPS and the speakers for the countdown timer. And once these backpacks are stolen, they'll of course be on the move all over the place. And since there's no guarantee we're going to get them back, for the third year in a row, we turn to my friends at T-Mobile to make sure no matter what, we get the footage from the cloud, given the complete coverage and crazy speeds of their network that I've actually gone out and benchmarked myself before. Finally, we lock up the bottom compartment to prevent tampering, then use a rubber stopper glued to a patch to plug and conceal the outlets. Then as a decoy to divert suspicion, we got some clothes and a bunch of old non-functional laptops to place in each bag. We also created a second version with a suitcase form factor and identical guts in case word got out about the backpacks. Then the car itself has 8 hidden dash cams, all powered by a 2,000 watt-hour camping battery in the trunk that also plugs into the backpack with 2 barrel jacks. One to keep the entire device and both phones at 100% charge until stolen, and the other to serve.
Bro, that just sounds like so much work in just 7 years of Harvard or Yale education.
Holy. So the backpack knows exactly when it was stolen to initiate the stolen bag protocol. We also served up 2 more surprises this year by first creating a bait car with impossible to break polycarbonate windows, which is the same stuff bulletproof glass is made of. That car also has the added benefit of a microphone in the trunk for detecting when someone's trying to break the window, which will of course release the air in this tank, triggering this pneumatic piston with a special surprise. And as a final idea, we took an actual gaming laptop, removed the extra fan, and in its place added a GPS tracker that would continuously stay charged by using the laptop battery. That way we'd always know where it was, even if they wiped the hard drive. The thought here was to put that laptop in a backpack to actually get stolen with no glitter involved. And then with the help of Dan Noyes, who spent 30 years as the chief investigative journalist for the San Francisco ABC 7 news team, we could trace the laptop's footsteps to try and get some answers. So after a couple of months of designing, testing, and building, we put them out in a few different cars, and we waited. And we didn't have to wait long. But before I subject you to gratuitous amounts of broken glass, I'm gonna start off with a little broken glass of my own. 3, 2, 1. Nice shot, Eloise. I'm Mark Rober, and for over a decade, I've been making YouTube videos to showcase what it means to think like an engineer. But what exactly does that mean? Ready? Whoa. Thoughts?
Probably less catalyst.
Good call. It means you
I don't even know what that
failure
is.
part of the process. It's how you learn. And thinking this way makes you a better soccer player or piano practicer because you're resilient and you keep tweaking and trying until you get it right. Or you can just come up with a totally different solution. Because if you think like an engineer, you think different. And that unlocks creative new ways to have fun. And that's exactly why I created Crunch Labs, where you get a super fun toy that can deliver to your porch every month. You're gonna love that one, Sarah. See you next month. And then you put it together with me as I teach you all the juicy physics to make it work. So if you want to train your brain to see the world in a whole new light while having a ton of fun at the same time, just go to crunchlabs.com right now and reserve yours. You know the kid.
Yo, Crunch Labs, you better pay that man at least $1 million for that ad.
Out of the gate, it was pretty clear if our goal was to find out who was behind all these car break-ins, they were going to do everything in their power to not be found out. But the advantage of teaming up with an 18-time Emmy Award-winning investigative journalist is that when one of our 8 cameras catches these guys nearly causing an accident, we can play it back so Dan can run their license plate, which must be precisely why they'd removed their light.
This man is driving in a luxury vehicle, a Porsche. Like, I don't know exactly what year and model make that Porsches, but bro, them Porsche SUVs is a solid 40 bands at least and up. Unless it's like some 2016 and below. Bro, that's at least 40. You're bro. Come on, man. It's 2024. There's so much things and legal right ways to make money, man.
License plate. Thankfully, on our third break-in, our luck improved. And this time, we struck pay dirt. Because once Dan ran the license plate, he made a shocking discovery. Turns out, this car belonged to a longtime SF State College professor who also sits on the board of a prestigious Oakland charter school. And so like any good investigative journalist, Dan found his home address and showed up to confront him. Except he turned out to be a really nice guy who informed us that his license plate was stolen from his car a few weeks prior. And what Dan would eventually learn...
Damn, that's crazy. Imagine a nigga jacking your license plate, which is obviously nothing new, and then using it to do multiple crimes, and they come into your door, and you got to sit up there and explain,
the
like,
course
hey,
of our operation
I don't even
is
know
that
what y'all
not only
talking
do
about.
the thieves commonly drive around with stolen license plates,
we got Georgia plates,
but they tend to steal from a similar color and model as their own vehicle to avoid an obvious mismatch. So the car thieves showed they could handle our cameras and investigative techniques, but now the question was, how would they handle a little bit of harmless glitter? Spoiler alert, not very well.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to.
Bum ass nigga, bruh.
Notice how the first thing he does is check the trunk by pulling down the seat, trying to unsuccessfully steal our strapped down
I don't
bag.
even be meaning to say things like this, bro, but like genuinely people who do stuff like this, like I really hope that somebody like catches them and like to act like the owner of the car, bro, and then has that on them and pushes their damn brain back, bro. Like you deserve all of that and have no sympathy. And the funny thing is about something like that, like their moms, I guarantee, will be the first ones on the news being like, oh, he was just such a great kid. He had a great smile. He got amazing grades in school and participated in all the events and was just great at sports. Oh, but you just didn't pay attention to what he was just doing outside of the other 6 or 8 hours of his life, right? Okay.
Battery. This is pretty common for them to do, and it's why leaving valuables in your trunk isn't really a great option.
Yeah, that's another thing. Just don't even have valuables in your car. They always be trying to say that, oh, it's better in the trunk than in or whatever. Like, bro, like, you realize there's a trunk button in your car, and most of the newer cars is on the bottom left side. You know what I'm just saying? Like, just don't leave valuables at all. You go and buy something, go home first, drop it off at home. If it's something that you can carry while you're with you, you know what I'm saying? Carry it with you.
In the end, he changes his mind not just about our backpack, but our laptop too.
Oh, that man was out of there with
This
the
next
countdown.
one is truly one of my favorite reactions ever. Because one of the guys proves there actually is honor among thieves as he takes the full blame for the fart spray stench. And I'm just gonna let the tape roll to give you an exclusive first-person viewpoint of what it's like to ride along with some of these smash and grab thieves.
To the next side. Keep going. No, yeah, to the next. To the parking lot. Fuck that, money. We got Georgia plates. I got a route for us, money. Okay.
Nigga, for sure a bum, bro. Scruffy ass beard.
Money, we got Georgia plates. I got a route for us, money.
Scruffy ass beard. This man a bum, bro.
I got a route for us.
If you talk about this parking lot.
Yes.
Why are they blurring his face? I'm confused.
Yes, and there's 2 more parking lots going down the street that we gotta hit.
I just don't know what bad.
I'm confused. Why are they blurring his face?
Sorry, baby.
Right?
It shouldn't be.
I smell it now.
Me too, I'm smoking some. I'll tell you whatever, though. I'll tell you whatever. Is that back there?
Go. It don't matter. Just go.
He can't bip it.
Do the other one. Oh, they got the... Stay, baby. Stay. Now.
This man got his girl and shit.
Shut up. Come on. Stay.
Pull up in front of him.
Bum ass
Go.
couple,
Stay.
bro.
Look at the...
I got it.
On the front.
No, stay, bro. Get in the car, money. Get in the front seat.
It's okay. Get it. It's okay. Are you in the back?
No, let him get in the front. Let him get in the
No.
front so it's quick, bro.
Get in the front. open your door. No, that suitcase is not gonna fit through my shit.
Let's go. Come on. Keep searching. I'm going back to hold on. Oh, you heard that sound.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I'm
Yo,
surprised to learn that more than half of the steals weren't from thieves traveling.
they
in
shouldn't have
cars,
had
but
the. He shouldn't have had the Siri countdown. If there was any way to mutt that, bro, that would have been perfect. And get it unexpected.
still leads
Sheesh.
them to developing their own strategies. For example, this guy here has already scoped out and wants to steal our backpack. The problem is all these people over here would see him. That is, unless he just waits for the perfectly timed obstruction.
Damn, niggas is bums, bro. Waited for the city bus to get that. Oh my
This
gosh.
guy not only has an official construction worker type vest on, but his technique is to break in on foot.
Look at look at this guy, bro. Bro, I guarantee you 95% of the people watching my videos can take this nigga one-on-one, bro. Like, this dude is probably the most... Oh my gosh, bro. This is a triggering ass video, bro. I just can't stand bum ass motherfuckers, bro. Like, this is the lowest of the lowest of the lowest you can go, dog. Like, bro.
Then walk his newfound treasures back to his car, where he can now discreetly lean in through the window to see what he got. Which probably works out really well 99% of the time. But it's hilariously the worst possible strategy in this case.
Oh.
Because in the end, he leaves the backpack behind and drives off, having stolen just our fart spray and glitter. Now, one thing all the thieves had in common was how quickly they could break the glass, which is actually surprisingly difficult to do if you don't have the right technique, because all car windows are made from tempered glass, which, by the way, as far as inventions go, is an incredible feat of engineering, because it not only makes the glass much harder to break, but if it does break, it shatters into harmless pebbles that aren't going to leave deep cuts. The one Achilles heel to tempered glass, however, is it's extremely vulnerable to highly concentrated points of stress. So while this window can easily withstand my soccer ball,
it's a soccer
baseball,
ball.
and even wrench,
Really?
if I take a simple spark plug and harvest just the ceramic insulating part, the sharp, ultra-hard aluminum oxide is able to create a tiny localized stress point on the window, and that's all it takes. And that's why in every case they're using some form of this spark plug in a handle form, where the tip is a really sharp piece of ceramic or hardened steel, at which point it doesn't take much force at all. And since it's typically so easy for them, while the pop-up face didn't activate because of a dead battery issue, it was still really heartwarming to see them deal with our bulletproof window when a juicy piece of luggage was just sitting right in plain sight, only to eventually leave in frustration, totally empty-handed.
Bum ass.
And to be
nigga.
fair, quite a few of the break-ins were from individuals it would be a stretch to classify as seasoned professionals. For example, this guy tried to use a blowtorch to break the window, which definitely isn't a thing.
He's 100%
He eventually
on
finds
that.
a screwdriver to snap the edge of the glass, but then realizes he broke the wrong window and the backpack won't fit out. So he goes to unlock and open the door, but now he set off the alarm. So he has to ride off to avoid suspicion with mission unaccomplished.
Bum ass.
Or there's this guy who spends about an hour tracking the car, pacing back and forth to come up with a plan and work up the courage to make the steal. Only to eventually learn this hopeful life lesson on taking stuff that isn't yours.
Brother, just keep getting stronger and stronger. It's on my ass, look.
Now before I end this video, and the whole Glitterbomb series for that matter, with hands down the best reaction to the fart spray we've ever got in 6 years, I want to revisit the question Dan and I hope to answer through all these break-ins in the first place, with regards to who's behind these and why. And
Well,
I'll
you're not
start by
gonna
saying
find them.
typically on the news, you'll see organized groups like this, because that just looks really intimidating. But that was much more of a rare occurrence in our experience. More than 80% of our steals were just individuals acting on their own. So like, not some kind of organized gang operation. And a majority of the 80% that were individuals individuals honestly didn't seem like they even did this very often. So then why are they doing it? Well, as we were trying to figure that out ourselves, we sort of hit a breakthrough on our GPS tracking laptop. Because after it was stolen, it came to this location for about a half a day, but then after that, it made its way over to this neighborhood, and that's where it's been ever since. But the thing is, Dan recognized that first spot because he did a news report more than a month and a half earlier when he told the story of a video producer who tracked his stolen gear there because the thieves knew it was a fencing operation where they could quickly exchange the gear for money.
He's on the phone with a San Francisco police officer when he sees his camera gear arrive at this location in the 300 block of Leavenworth.
And he goes, oh yeah, that's a known major fencing operation. Everybody in the Bay Area knows that they can bring their stolen goods and offload them there.
And look, there's a whole host of things that leads to 20,000 cars per year getting broken into and people taking stuff that isn't theirs. And some of the core issues down here are super complicated and require nuance and public policy to address. But right below people stealing from cars are these fencing markets. There's a demand for these stolen goods. So it feels like shutting down these markets and not having a place to exchange stolen goods for money so incredibly easily would go a long ways to stopping car break-ins. This is also why you see people stealing things like soap and toiletries from a place like Walgreens. The thief doesn't need that much soap.
All right.
But when he knows
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a little bit more, it's still wrong, but it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, especially people that are like unfortunate stuff that just go in the stores. Now, I'm not talking about the ones that just go in the Gucci store and just try to get everything off the rack or the Nike store or whatever, get everything off the rack and run out. Like, come on, bro. But if you go into the food store, bro, or you know what I'm saying, Walmart, and you know, taking a couple of things that you need for your family, bro. Like, and I've admitted this before, you know what I'm saying, in the past. We had a whole story telling about it. I used to steal. I used to be a big stealer of Walmart and everything like that until I got caught and everything. But, you know, unfortunate people, this is acceptable, but it's still wrong. But, bro, if you just straight up bipping people's cars and stuff, that's some bum activity, bro. There's no sympathy with that, bro. But if you just like stealing like food and like medicine, like imagine somebody has like a sick, you know what I'm saying, like kid or something like that, bro, and you just needed like an Advil or something or some NyQuil or something to cure it instead of going to the hospital where they're going to wax the price on everything. That's a little bit more understandable. But at the same time, going into like a Nike store, like I said, or a Gucci store and stealing thousands on thousands of dollars worth of clothes, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to wear one time and just probably never wear it again, or probably wear multiple times and still make it look bummish or whatever. That's not right at all.
Easily turn it into real money in less than an hour. You eventually get stores that look like this, or just permanently have to shut down altogether. And I can't imagine I'm telling the city something they don't already know, but when you have a public news report about a spot apparently everyone knows you can go to sell stolen items, and then 1.5 months later, my laptop goes to the exact same spot to be sold, it certainly feels like more could be done here to remove the incentive for the break-ins and store thefts to occur in the first place.
See, like right here, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Remove the incentive for the break-ins and store theft.
This is crazy, bro. A whole, like, what is that, a pillowcase sack full of stuff, bro? Like, no, that's like, what is that? It's like purses and all that other stuff. Bro, you don't even, bro, you're a man. Why you stealing purses like that? Man.
To occur in the first place. And so with that, I'll leave you with this. And I feel it's very important to point out here that this fart spray is perfectly harmless to breathe. It just truly smells really, really bad. Because after breaking not one, but 2 of our windows, he yells out a racial slur, ostensibly at an innocent bystander.
What does that mean?
And in the most perfect definition of instant karma ever, 2 minutes later, the dry heaving ensues.
Oh, what's that? Toss it, toss it. Toss it. I'm gonna toss it. I'm driving. Stop driving.
Bro threw up while driving.